A romantic encounter in paradise turned into a tragic event. Even with a complete recording of the entire night, opinions on who should be held responsible were sharply divided. Welcome back to the Midnight Investigator. In today's episode, we delve into the case of Warriena Wright and her fateful evening with Gable Tosti in Gold Coast, Australia. If you're new to this channel, I regularly share both solved and unsolved cases. So please consider subscribing to the Midnight Investigator. So grab a seat, a cup of coffee, and let's dive into the case of Warriena Wright and Gable Tosti. Our story begins in a different location, the Philippines, a beautiful country known for its beaches and tropical fruit. On May 20, 1988, Warriena Wright was born in Bulacan, a province north of Manila. When she was just 1 year old, her mother, Mirzabeth, moved to Wellington, New Zealand, taking Warriena and her younger sister, Marisa, with her. The sisters had a relatively normal and happy childhood, growing closer as best friends over the years. Warriena was described as a witty prankster with a love for animals. She was intelligent, caring, and blessed with good looks. Her sister considered her a responsible best friend and the funniest person around. In 2014, at the age of 26, Warriena worked in the credit card division of Kuwaiti, where she earned a decent salary. She had managed to save enough money to take time off from work and travel to Australia for a friend's wedding on the Gold Coast. Since it was winter in New Zealand, a beach wedding in the warmer Australian climate seemed like the perfect getaway. Warriena packed her bags, left her home in Lower Hutt, and boarded a plane to Australia on July 24, 2019. The Gold Coast, with its picturesque beaches, vibrant nightlife, and various attractions, is often considered a paradise for visitors. Warriena's friend had chosen this location for her wedding, ensuring a fun-filled time under the sun. After the wedding festivities ended, Warriena decided to extend her stay to enjoy some leisure time with her friend Savannah Lisa, catching up on sun and relaxation. During her time on the Gold Coast, Warriena started using the dating app Tinder and matched with a man named Gable Tosti on August 1. Their initial interactions were flirty and gradually became more intense over the next few days. Gable Tosti, described as attractive and charming, caught Warriena's attention. She found him reminiscent of an actor from one of her favorite TV shows. The messages they exchanged made it clear that they were interested in each other. They decided to meet on the night of August 7 for drinks, potentially heading back to Gable's place. They agreed to meet near Cavill Avenue, a bustling street in the heart of the Gold Coast tourist area. Surveillance cameras captured Warriena meeting Gable outside a surf shop at 8:45 p.m. After an awkward hug, they walked toward Cavill Avenue and entered the Surfers Paradise Tavern beer garden. However, their plans seemed to change as they left the venue only 3 minutes later. They then went to a nearby bottle shop, where they bought a six-pack of beer. Shortly after, Warriena arrived at Gable's apartment, located in the Avalon Riverfront Apartments complex in the city center. Although Gable's apartment appeared well-maintained and he seemed presentable, he had a troubled past. Born in 1986, Gable had a history of getting into trouble, particularly with alcohol. In 2005, he was involved in a forgery scam, creating and selling fake IDs and counterfeit banknotes. He was also caught driving under the influence in 2011. Prior to meeting Warriena, he had been involved in a high-speed police chase while intoxicated. Inside Gable's apartment, Warriena and Gable began their evening by drinking beer. Gable, being his usual self, secretly recorded their interactions. However, the night took a dark turn when Gable introduced his homemade vodka, also known as moonshine. As they continued to drink, Warriena, who was smaller in stature, unintentionally consumed more alcohol than she could handle due to the potent strength of the vodka. In her intoxicated state, she became increasingly agitated and started throwing ornamental rocks at Gable. Gable's patience wore thin, and their exchange grew more aggressive. He'd forced Warriena out onto the balcony, but instead of guiding her to the front door, he locked her outside and kept her trapped. Terrified, Warriena climbed over the balcony railing in an attempt to reach the apartment below. Tragically, she slipped and fell from the 14th floor, resulting in her immediate death upon impact. Within 30 seconds of the fall, Gable realized the gravity of the situation and made his first phone call, not to the police, but to his lawyer. Failing to reach his lawyer, he left his apartment and used the elevator to reach the ground floor. Seeing the emergency services outside, he decided to change his exit plan and left through the underground car park, all while continuing to record with his phone. Gable walked along the Gold Coast main strip, eventually sitting down to eat pizza. He called his father to inform him of the news and asked to be picked up. They returned to the family's gated property. News of Warriena's death spread in the early hours of the morning, leaving her family and friends to grieve silently. Gable eventually arrived at a local police station with his lawyer. He chose to exercise his right to remain silent, but agreed to undergo forensic testing. Warriena's body suffered extensive trauma from the fall, making it difficult for pathologists to determine her exact height. A blood alcohol test revealed that she had a level of 0.156, more than 3 times the legal drink driving limit. Gable, initially absent from the scene, had now surfaced. 1 week after Warriena's death, Gable Tolstee was charged with her murder. However, his time in prison was short-lived. Just 3 months later, he was granted bail with a surety of Audi 200,000. Despite his release, Gable faced strict conditions, including alcohol and social media bans, as well as a curfew at his parents' house. In October 2016, Gable's trial commenced, lasting 6 days. The jury, consisting of 6 men and 6 women, deliberated for 4 days before delivering their verdict, not guilty of murder or manslaughter. According to the trial, Warriena fell voluntarily, and Gable's influence on her actions was deemed minimal. Gable walked out of the courtroom a free man. He changed his name to Derek Thomas and took to social media to express his anger at feminists, inequality, and the perceived injustice he faced during the trial. He accepted paid interviews with Australian news sites, capitalizing on his newfound fame, while Warriena's loved ones silently mourned. Regardless of the legal outcome, Warriena's family and friends continue to suffer, knowing that nothing can bring her back. Blame was directed towards her without affording her the opportunity to defend herself or explain her actions. In her final moments, she experienced terror, likely induced by the excessive alcohol consumption and her vulnerable state. Warriena's memory should not be defined solely by her tragic end. She should be remembered for the joy she brought into the lives of those around her. She was a kind and funny person, a loving family member, and a devoted friend. As for Gable, I leave it to you to form your own conclusions. The case divided opinions, making it difficult to ascertain his true involvement. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you all for joining us on this gripping journey today. We hope you found this video intriguing and thought-provoking. Before we go, we want to remind you to like this video and subscribe to our channel, The Midnight Investigator, if you haven't already. By subscribing, you'll never miss out on our latest investigations and fascinating stories. We appreciate your support and engagement. Your comments and feedback truly make a difference. So please continue to share your thoughts and theories in the comment section below. We love hearing from you. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, make sure to click on the notification bell so that you never miss an update. We have a lot more exciting cases coming your way, and we can't wait to share them with you. Remember, solving mysteries is a collective effort, and we're thrilled to have you as part of our community of curious minds. Together, we can uncover the truth and shed light on the darkest secrets. Until then, take care, stay curious, and be kind to one another. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.